The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel. In the 1970s, one of the most chilling and controversial cases of exorcism unfolded in Germany, leaving a trail of fear, mystery, and tragedy. The story of Anneliese Michel is as real as it is horrifying, blurring the line between supernatural forces and psychological torment. Anneliese Michel was born in 1952 in a small Catholic village in Bavaria, Germany. She grew up in a deeply religious family and was known for her piety. However, at the age of 16, strange things began happening to her. She experienced violent seizures and was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy. Doctors prescribed medication, but her condition worsened in terrifying ways. Anneliese began seeing disturbing visions of demonic faces, hearing voices that told her she was damned and that she was brought to hell. These hallucinations became more frequent and more intense, filling her with an overwhelming sense of terror. Devoutly religious, believed something far more sinister was at work. They suspected Anneliese was possessed by demons. Despite medical treatments, Anneliese's behavior grew increasingly erratic. She would scream for hours, often in guttural voices that didn't sound like her. She began to refuse food and water and claimed that demons were around her. Her body withered away, her strength became unnatural. At times, she was able to hold. She was no longer the sweet girl her family once knew. Desperate, her parents sought help from the Catholic Church. After initial hesitation, the Church agreed to perform an exorcism. Two priests, Father Arnold Renz and Father Ernst Alt, were assigned to conduct the rite. Between 1975 and 1976, they performed 67 exorcisms over the span of 10 months. The sessions were grueling, with Anneliese often convulsing violently, screaming, and speaking in multiple voices, claiming to be various demons, including Lucifer himself, Judas, Nero, and Cain. The recordings made during these exorcisms were among the most chilling pieces of evidence. In them, Anneliese's voice shifts between different guttural tones, each one more horrifying than the last. She curses, howls, and speaks in languages she never learned. Her physical appearance became increasingly grotesque, her face sunken, her eyes wild with fear and rage. Throughout the exorcisms, Anneliese suffered from extreme physical deterioration. She stopped eating entirely, believing she was beyond salvation. Her family, convinced she was battling demons, placed all her faith in exorcism, refusing further medical intervention. The priests, too, were convinced they were fighting a malevolent force beyond this world. On July 1st, 1976, Anneliese Michel died in her home at the age of 23. The official cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration. At the time of her death, she weighed only 69 pounds. Her body bore the marks of the struggle, bruises, wounds, and broken bones that were violent. The aftermath of Anneliese's death was as shocking as the events leading up to it. Her parents and the priests involved were charged with negligent homicide. The trial became a media sensation, sparking debate over whether Anneliese had been mentally ill or truly possessed. The defense argued that the exorcisms were justified, claiming that Anneliese had been possessed by multiple demons. The prosecution, however, argued that she had suffered from a severe psychological disorder, and her death was the result of medical neglect. During the trial, the chilling recordings of the exorcisms were played in court. The voices on the tapes, the guttural, unnatural growls, the demonic proclamations, haunted everyone who heard them. The case divided public opinion, with some believing Anneliese was a victim of mental illness, while others were convinced she had been possessed by something far darker. In the end, the court found the priests and her parents guilty of manslaughter resulting from negligence, but they received relatively lenient sentences. The case became a symbol of the dangers of religious extremism and the thin line between faith and madness. Anneliese's grave has since become a pilgrimage site for many who believe she was a martyr, someone who died for the Her story has inspired books, documentaries, and films, including the 2005 movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which brought her terrifying ordeal to a worldwide This real-life story continues to send chills down the spine, as the line between reality and the supernatural remains blurred in the tragic case of Anneliese Michel.